Level 1, the lookout. You're 14 years old. You live in Culiacan. Your family has nothing. Your shoes have holes in them and the rent is 3 months late. Then a man offers you a phone and $80 a week. All you have to do is sit outside a tienda and watch the street. One code. That's it. Trucks with soldiers, you send a skull emoji. Black SUVs with tinted windows, you send a knife. You don't know who you're texting. You don't ask. Nobody explains anything to you. The other guys on the corner barely look at you. But you watch. You learn. You see which police cars slow down near the stash house and which ones keep driving. You figure out fast that the ones who slow down aren't a threat. They're on payroll. The Marines are different. They don't take money. They don't look the other way. They are the only thing in this city that actually scares anyone. 3 weeks in, a convoy rolls past. 4 vehicles. You freeze. Your thumbs don't move. 30 seconds later your phone is blowing up. Where were you? You sleeping? You stupid? A man you've never seen before appears next to your chair. He doesn't raise his voice. He doesn't even look angry. He just says it quietly, like he's telling you the weather. Next time, we put you in the ground. You never freeze again. Level 2, the driver. You're 19. A man approaches you outside a Successor. He asks if you can drive a semi? You can. He gives you a time and an address. You show up at 5:45 a.m. because being late already feels like dying. The truck is white. The cargo bed is packed floor to ceiling with watermelons, hundreds of them, but underneath the watermelons, welded into a false floor, is 400 kilograms of methamphetamine. Your route is Culiacan to Tijuana. 7 hours on Federal Highway 15. Every checkpoint is a coin flip. If they wave you through, you get $2,500. If they pull you in and find the floor, you get 25 years in Puente Grande. You drive. Every time headlights appear in your mirrors, your chest tightens. Every checkpoint makes your hands sweat through the wheel. But you make it. You always make it. You park behind a warehouse in Otay. 2 men unload the truck without speaking to you. A third one hands you an envelope. You've never held this much cash in your life. You do the run again the next week. And the week after that. Within 4 months, you're earning more than your father made in 2 years, before the cartel shot him for refusing to give up his land. Then your cousin gets stopped at a checkpoint near Hermosillo. He had 60 kilos under a load of onions. He's looking at 18 years in Altiplano Federal. The organization doesn't send him a lawyer. They don't call his family. They just find another driver. You stop feeling scared. That's exactly when people get caught. Level 3, the collector. 2 years of clean runs. No arrests. No accidents. No drama. They notice. Now you have a list of addresses and a gun tucked in your waistband. You're a tax collector. Every business operating inside the plaza pays monthly, without exception. A taco stand pays $600. A pharmacy pays $3,000. A nightclub pays $12,000. A hotel pays $20,000. You go door to door with an envelope and a look on your face that doesn't need explanation. Most people have the money ready. They've done this before. They know the rules. But there's always someone who wants to test things. A restaurant owner, middle-aged man, good location near the cathedral, tells you business has been bad. He can't pay this month. He says it apologetically, like you're his bank manager. You nod. You leave. You come back at 11 p.m. with 2 others. You break every window. You destroy every table. You pull the owner out of his kitchen by his collar and leave him on the floor. The next month, he pays double. On time. Cash. You're clearing $2,000 a week now. You buy your mother a house in a quiet neighborhood on the other side of the city. She cries when she sees it. She doesn't ask where the money came from. She just holds your face in her hands like you're still 7 years old. But you're also a target now. Rivals want your routes. The federal government wants your name. Every time you knock on a door, you're exposed. You start wearing a vest under your shirt. Level 4, the cell leader. You're 26. You have 10 men. They are yours to command and yours to be responsible for, and that second part is harder than it sounds. The cartel supplies you with 80 kilos of cocaine every month. You break it down, distribute it through 4 trusted lieutenants, collect the money, send 90% up the chain. You keep 10. That's $60,000 to $90,000 a month in your pocket. But money is not the hard part. People are the hard part. Your men are young. Some of them are 16. They get high. They get loud. They get reckless. They start beefs with off-duty police for sport. Every time one of them makes a scene at a bar, your head is the one that rolls if the boss finds out. You discipline them. Sometimes a serious talk is enough. Sometimes it isn't. One of your lookouts gets killed by a rival crew trying to push into your plaza. 2 blocks from where you started. You don't wait for orders. You find where they operate. You send 5 men at 2 a.m. into a bar on Calle Reforma. 11 people die. 3 were from the rival cell. 8 were not. It makes national news for 4 days. The governor promises accountability. Nothing happens. The governor is on your payroll. You sleep 5 hours a night now. Sometimes 4. You trust your second-in-command completely, which means you watch him more carefully than anyone else. Level 5, the regional operator. You control a city. Maybe it's Reynosa. Maybe it's Nogales. 5 cell leaders report to you. You manage supply chains, distribution networks, bribe schedules, and violence budgets. You have armored vehicles. You have bodyguards who stand outside the door while you eat. You have a gold-plated .45 on your hip that you've never actually fired. Your meetings rotate between safe houses. No meeting happens in the same place twice. No phone call discusses business directly. The Plaza Boss wants to expand into a neighboring state. You plan the operation. You identify the weakest point in a rival cartel's territorial boundary. You coordinate with 2 local commanders. You bribe the municipal police chief to pull his officers off the night shift. 40 men move in at 3:30 a.m. The rival cell leader is found in his home. His crew is eliminated. Bodies are hung from a bridge overpass by dawn with a message written in black marker. Sinaloa is here now. You manage money on a scale that requires its own system. Millions of dollars monthly, none of which can touch a bank account. You buy car washes, restaurants, a construction company that wins government contracts. The money flows through, comes out clean on the other side. You're earning $250,000 a month. Your wife and children live in a separate house in a separate city. They know you as an import logistics businessman. They don't ask follow-up questions. The DA has had your number for 8 months. Your lawyer told you through a coded message that was burned after reading. You haven't used a personal phone since. You communicate through 3 layers of intermediaries. You sleep with a rifle next to your bed. You haven't had a full night's rest since you were 23. Level 6, the Plaza Boss. You run the state. Every shipment. Every bribe. Every body. It all goes through you. 600 men work under your command. You generate $25 million a month for the cartel. Your name is on federal watch lists in 4 countries, but your face is unknown. There are no confirmed photos of you. You've never given an interview. You don't appear at events. You are a name that people in this business say quietly. You live in a compound in the mountains. 20-foot walls. Armed rotation at every entry point. Dogs trained to attack on a single command. Your job now is politics. You don't threaten politicians anymore. You offer them a seat at the table. A suitcase. A stake in the business. A promise of protection. Most of them accept. The ones who don't, you find their vulnerabilities. Affairs. Corruption from a previous administration. Undeclared accounts. You expose them. Their careers dissolve. The ones who still refuse after that, they're found in their driveways. But even here, at this altitude, the paranoia never stops. Your head of security may be feeding information to the DA. Your accountant may be skimming. The ambitious lieutenant you promoted last year may be cultivating loyalty among your own men. You had 2 of your soldiers executed last month based on suspicion alone. You lost sleep over it for 2 nights. Then you stopped losing sleep over it. You missed your daughter's quinceañera. The security risk was too high. Your wife sent you a video of the first dance. You watched it on a burner phone in a safe house in the mountains, and then had the phone destroyed. You have everything. You have nothing you can actually touch. Level 7, the Cartel Leader. You built this. Or you inherited it. Or you killed the last person who held it. It doesn't matter how you got here. You're here now. Your organization moves 120 tons of cocaine annually across 3 continents. You have active cells in 14 countries. You own politicians in 7 Mexican states. Your personal net worth is estimated at $4 billion by the U.S. Treasury Department. The U.S. government has a $10 million bounty on your head. Special Forces units run operations specifically targeting your location. You rotate safe houses every 72 hours. Your communications are encrypted, handwritten, and destroyed within an hour of being read. You've undergone facial reconstruction surgery. Twice. Your own children, when they see you, take a moment to recognize you. You sit across a table from the leaders of 3 other cartels. You draw borders on a map like heads of state. We take Sinaloa, Sonora, Baja. You take Tamaulipas, Veracruz. We don't move on each other. Everyone profits. Everyone lives. It holds for 8 months. Then someone gets greedy. War breaks out along the border. 3 towns become combat zones. Over 200 people die in 6 weeks. Civilians, soldiers, cartel members, a schoolteacher, 2 journalists. You can't stop it. You can't even slow it down. And you cannot leave. Retirement isn't a concept that exists at your level. You know too much. You've ordered too much. The moment you step back, you become a liability. Your own organization would be the first to move on you. You are the most powerful criminal in the Western Hemisphere. You are also the most hunted man alive. Level 8 Supermax. They got you. Maybe it was a raid. Maybe someone in your inner circle sold you for the $10 million. It doesn't matter now. You are in a cell at ADX Florence, Colorado. Concrete walls. Steel door. A slot for food. 23 hours of isolation every day. The 1 hour outside is a concrete yard with walls too high to see over. No sunlight. No conversation. No windows. Your money means nothing here. Your name means nothing here. You spent decades building an empire that stretched across 3 continents, and every resource available to you now is a toothbrush and a mattress that's 2 inches too short. El Chapo is in the cell down the corridor. He tried to escape twice. The first time nearly worked. Now he's here permanently, same as you. You had billions. You had an army. You had politicians in your pocket, and judges on your payroll and generals who looked the other way. Now you have 4 concrete walls and 40 years to think about every single person you put in the ground to get here. Level 9 the Successor. But the cartel doesn't die with you. It never does. Your nephew steps up. Or your son. Or the lieutenant who was always the most patient one in the room. Someone always takes the seat. The infrastructure is already built. The routes are already established. The politicians are already paid. The drugs keep moving. The money keeps moving. The bodies keep piling up. You were the king. Now you're a myth. A name people use to explain how powerful someone else used to be. A cautionary story that mothers in Culiacan tell their children. This is what happens when you think you're untouchable. But somewhere right now, there's another kid sitting outside a tienda in the heat, watching the road, phone in his hand, waiting for his shot. Thinking this time it'll be different. This is the cartel. Not a gang. Not a crew. $1 billion corporation built on blood, built on corruption, built on the backs of every kid who got in the car and thought he was just making a quick $2,500. And it's still running.